Much respect to Tuskegee and Coach James. Those guys played really hard. They was going score for score a lot of the game, and then we was able to make some plays, kind of distance ourselves with the interception for a touchdown, stuff like that. So really proud of the guys to go out there and play at a high level and execute. Penalties and all that type stuff. Last game we just got the whole off season to correct it, but we played a lot of young guys too, so it was fun to watch those young guys get a chance to play. I think at the end, I know they kept saying Vickerson, but that was Aiden Moody. That was a young guy that was able to score his first touchdown and things like that. So it was a good evening. Always fun. Turkey Day Classic, Tuskegee. It means a whole lot to a lot of people.
Coach, let me ask you this. 10-2 on the year. Opened up against an FBS opponent. Lost by one score very late. Lost to JSU last play, 1 yard away. Number 2 in NCAA HBCU power rankings. Better record than 13 of the teams that have been selected to be in the FCS playoffs. Yet, the NCAA never reached out to ASU. Top 10 in 8 different categories on offense this year. What's your feeling about being left out? What do you do to correct that going forward?
Well, yeah, I think for me it's not just about Alabama State being left out. It's about the SWAC conference on the bigger note. So I love the conference. I love HBCU football. I love the things that the SWAC and the MEAC are doing at the FCS level. So our goal is always to try to get those teams in the championship games or into the Celebration Bowl. But at the same time, we want that next team to be able to get the at-large bid. So very disappointing just because we were at 26. And so they take 24 teams. So I'm thinking we should be in that top 24, even if it was number 24. So, and Jackson State was one of them. And I think, the thing for me is with Jackson being ranked as high as they were at 13, 14, and I think they should be. I think they're that type of team. So it makes me think that we can't be 13 spots below that. So I think if you look at that, so it's a strength of schedule and a lot of those type things that we can't control all the time. But for us, in the SWAC conference, then we have to start playing some more of those schools in those conferences so we can play them and beat them and compare against them. So then the voters can feel like they have a way to have a better metric for it. But I think we're playing really good football in this conference. I know Prairie View play UT Rio Grande Valley very close and stuff like that. So I'm always going to be a proponent for the SWAC and the MEAC and HBCU football, but that's what we have to get to. So where that next team in this situation can still get the opportunity to play.
Coach, this was your first 10-2 season since 2004. Earlier in the week, you said that you always remember the Magic City Classic, but what characteristics or attributes does this team have that you will remember after this was his?
Yeah, I think to me this team has just been very resilient. Like every time when something bad happens, we keep playing, and that's what Coach Barnett said. Something good happened, keep playing. Something bad happened, keep playing. But if you look about it, every time there was a bad moment in the season, down 14-0 at Prairie View was never any panic. Mad City Classic fumble they scored in the first series is never any panic. So I just love the way the team had a sense of resiliency about if something does not go our way, we just keep playing. Never any finger point or anything like that. And I think that's unusual for a bunch of young men coming together, that you not only that you don't panic, but you don't blame your teammate and start blowing up on the sideline. So I think that's been a really big deal.
Coach, you finished 8 for 8 in the red zone tonight. Is that something that you emphasized during the week coming in to this ball game tonight?
Yeah, that was one of the goals that we emphasized in offseason. I think last year the top 2 teams in the red zone was Jackson State and North Dakota State, who had won the FCS National Championship. So we knew that being a good red zone team, and more importantly, running the football for touchdowns in the red zone is how you get to be a good team. And I think the difference from this year and last year with the explosive plays on offense is that in the red zone, we're in the top 10 in the country, probably moved up even more. And we're running the football for touchdowns in the red zone. It's always more a high efficient play when you're running it as opposed to throwing it in the red zone. So I think that was big that we were 8 for 8 today, but overall that's been an emphasis that we've been working on. So it's good to see that it's worked out. We got to carry that over to next year.
Is there anything else you guys really focused on? Because you've gotten better in offense. You're the #1 team in the SWAC for offense. Gotten better every year. You know, what's been the key to that?
Well, I think you would say the quarterback play, but it's been 2 quarterbacks. I think the offensive line is the thing that's been super, super solid at a high level. Cam Smith should be an All-American in my opinion. You know, Frazier, Desmond Penn was an All-Conference guy the last year, and so a couple of new guys. Elijah Baker starting for the first time this year, and Michael Moore. So all of those guys, man. And Desmond Daniels has been hurt quite a bit, but that's even with probably your best guy, your second best guy, one of your top guys not there. So Coach Carr, Coach Greenman, those guys have just been doing a heck of a job getting those guys up front playing, and then the skill positions we got some explosive guys, and that's what we wanted to get more explosiveness. And then Jalen Jones is just, you saw it the last game of the Turkey Day Classic last year. You're like, wow, and it happened in the spring, and then it carried right over to the fall.
Do you feel like you guys took frustration out today on Tuskegee a little bit?
Maybe. I think he just wanted to let everybody know that we feel like we're the best team in HBCU football, and so we understand the system is there. What should have happened, so we don't play that game. We just get more determined to come back and win every game next year, and I think that's the mindset you have to have.
And to follow up on that, Coach, the 58 points the team scored today tied the record, I think dating back to 2007, 58 points. Were you aware of that, or you was just putting the backups in there and whatever they did? But I know you've always been a coach of sportsmanship, but did that mean anything to you that the score ended up what it was?
Totally not aware of it. And for us, in this game, we kind of say that we got to the point, because you never know. It's a football game. Those guys, they compete, they play hard. But we didn't know we would get to the point where we could put the backups in. But like James Hayes, we need to see this guy throw the ball. I need to see him. I need to see Christian Pitts catch the ball. So I needed to see my young guys to make plays. So it's not so much of you trying to score and take your frustration out of the team, is that these young guys like Aiden Moody, these guys are going to be playing a lot next year. So if I get a chance to put them in the game, we run a tempo offense. I need to see them run the tempo offense, see them throw the football. So it was good to see those guys to be able to execute the offense and score.
I want to follow up to a question earlier about the rankings and where you felt that the Hornets should have been. How can I put this? Does that mean that you, along with the coaching staff and the athletic AD, would have to revisit playing 2 Division II schools that could have an impact on as you continue to escalate the program and that type of thing, that strength of schedule does make a difference?
No, not really, because keep in mind the vote was already in before we played Tuskegee.
That's correct.
So the way it is you need to play 9 FCS schools.
Mm-hmm.
And so we played 8, which was our conference games, and then the 9th one was Southern.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we played the FBS school, which was UAB.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not the factor. I already thought about that. But that's because we have a 12-game schedule. Now, if we go back to 11-game schedule, then yes, I think you should play one Division II school if that's the case.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coach, what was the message to all those seniors who played their last game at Bama State today?
Yeah, just tell me it's your last time to run out that tunnel, man. And we had Alcee Surtain. I don't know if y'all remember Alcee Surtain, but back in '95, he has a single season touchdown record for Alabama State of 21 touchdowns. Was the first person in the SWAC to run for 1,000 and throw for 1,000 at the quarterback position. So he talked to the team this morning, and man, his message was so on point of just you go through a lot of things in life, but you always gonna remember your last time playing for Alabama State. And so, as a quarterback here, who probably be in the Hall of Fame here sometime soon, it was just great for him to give that message, because they hear it from me all the time, but it was great to hear it from him. And so, yeah, that's the Surtain who little brother went on to play for the Dolphins, and nephew played all that, but that was the Surtain that started it all, and he started at Alabama State. My guy, he's from New Orleans. He was on the team with us when we won the championship. So he did a great job of just letting the kids know at breakfast and the seniors that, hey, man, appreciate this moment. You're going to look back at it for the rest of your life and remember, hey, my last game in Alabama State and what happened.
And he can say that because he's still in the record book.
He is. He's still in the record book. He still is the single season record for the touchdown.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for everything y'all did this year.